Cue theme music.
Cue theme music. Hey, Jonathan, you want a cold sub with that cold open? Hey everybody, welcome to the John the Games podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jordan, aka Slash Games Man.
And I'm
And
Jonathan slash Draw Mans. And this is Drawn
Draw
to
Man.
Games, yeah.
Shouldn't it be Drawn Man? What is
Draw,
Draw Man? Draw
draw,
Man. Draw
drawing.
your guns. Well, not draw your guns. Draw your pens.
Yeah.
Slash pencils. So today is our first part of our, well, kind of a Halloween episode. Not necessarily fully Halloween. We're going to have a specific Halloween episode. It should be
Yeah.
coming up on the 31st,
Yeah.
since neither of us do anything for Halloween anyways.
I mean, I like to get into the spooky season
Oh yeah,
vibe.
I was listening to some horror music recently. I was trying to get into it.
What
I
is
found a
that?
good playlist on Spotify.
What does that mean, horror music? Like music made for horror movies or video
No,
games?
it's general. There's just scary music. If you look up horror on Spotify, there's a soundtrack that plays a lot of scary music. It's pretty good.
Uh-huh. Like, what does that consist of? Just like harsh noise and violins?
I don't know. I'd have to show you later. Well, I'll put one of them on for the soundtrack for this episode.
The soundtrack.
On a soundtrack, but the intro song. We are going to change the music up. Well, you'll probably be told for this episode since it's Halloweeny type month, I guess, for October.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'll put something up for us, something scary. I found a good one. I don't know if I can't really get anything off Spotify. If I can find it on YouTube, though, I'll use it off of that.
Make sure you get permission. Or if it's royalty free.
Oh yeah, there's probably some good royalty-free horror music.
Yeah. Thanks,
Oh,
Kevin
but
MacLeod.
anyways,
What, Jordan? What's your favorite part of Halloween?
my favorite part of Halloween.
Yeah,
I don't really. Halloween's not my favorite holiday. I like Christmas the most.
Christmas?
I don't really like Halloween. Yeah, I like horror movies and stuff like that, but not Halloween as a holiday. I don't know. It's just not my type of thing, you know. Also, for this episode, I'm gonna be playing Fear, but for Halloween in total, it's gonna be the Fear series. I'll talk about all three games at the second podcast, but
Yeah,
I'll do Fear 1 this one, then Fear 2 on the next episode.
and then Fear 3 in your imagination.
But yeah, we're not gonna do that one. It's not even worth showing off.
The director's cut.
Oh,
Drawn to
bless.
Games 3D Revelations. The Origins.
The origins
Apocalypse.
of what?
The Origins Apocalypse.
Of Drawn to Games?
Yes, it's the prequel uh, of the podcast that explains our backstories and why we're the motivations of
I think that's
everything.
what episode 5 was, basically.
No, that was like behind the scenes. I'm talking about the in universe canon multiverse of Drawn to Games.
Oh, the multiverse.
Oh, it's kind of like the Insidious series or the Conjuring multiverse. I mean, in cinema universe. Those things are pretty extensive, right? All good marketing, you got to make a universe if you want good marketing and good longevity in your series.
I don't know if we're gonna ever have a multiverse necessarily, but
Oh, I mean, you
I
never
don't know
know.
how we.
You gotta plan ahead, think big.
Oh, well, if one day we have a multiverse, it'll be sure be interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your favorite part about Halloween, Jonathan?
I like the idea of dressing up. I've never really dressed up before. Uh,
But aren't you making a Halloween costume?
yeah, I am. It's going really slowly. It really hasn't made much progress since 2 episodes ago, which was like a month and a half ago.
Was it 2 episodes? No, we talked about episode 5. That wasn't that long ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
2 months ago. It was not 2 months ago.
Time is distorted, and I confuse dreams with memories. That's where I'm at right now, folks.
Dreams with memories.
Yup, happens all the
How
time.
poetic.
Yeah.
Is
What?
that poetic?
Yeah. I mean, no, it's not really poetic. It's more like a fact of life,
Fact of life. Isn't there a song called Fact of Life?
probably. No, but I like when people dress up and goof off in costumes, and I just like the atmosphere. I like thinking something supernatural is in the air and magical things are possible. I like those times.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
I don't
maybe
mind horror.
I hope I can get my costume done because it's something I really wanted to do for a long time, but work has just been crazy.
Yeah, well, maybe you should just quit and just enjoy your life.
Maybe later.
Forget about work. Who needs work whenever you have no money?
Yeah, vagabondism.
How do people live as being vagabonds?
They find a way.
I think they
You
work too, though, don't they?
Um, Odd Jobs probably. I like
Yeah, I think
movies
so.
where it's like they go into some random town, they don't have any backstory, but they just help the community, and then they just leave. Like it's like Nanny McPhee or Mary Poppins.
I think I saw that movie like a long time ago. I don't remember if I liked it or not. I think I didn't, I didn't know they had a sequel for a long time.
Oh yeah, neither did I.
Are there 3 movies?
I think there are 3 movies. Nanny McPhee is.
I don't think that original lady that was in it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how I know that, but I'm on YouTube so much, I kind of absorb everything. Eventually, it probably recommended to me the trailer for some reason.
the person you need is Nanny McPhee. Maybe she should come over as a guest on our podcast and then
Nah,
she'll.
she ugly.
What? That's so.
Nah, she ugly.
Wow, that's shallow.
I'm shallow.
Haven't you? I thought you saw the movie. Don't you know that looks aren't everything and that every time
Looks
you
are
do
everything.
something good,
No, looks are
uh,
everything.
every time you do something good, a blemish or something unsightly about yourself is
Yo, have you ever
removed.
seen my girls? They hot.
What?
They smoking.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Are they the kind of ladies who dress up in sexy nurse costumes or sexy nun costumes?
Sexy nun. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
How is a sexy nun? Is that like a skirt and just like a low top?
And I saw one in Halloween City, and it was like they had the nun
Is that the one
hat.
we went to?
No, we went to
Oh,
the what was it called? Spirit of Halloween.
yeah,
But there
whatever.
was like a cross, almost there was like a cross with like a boob window. Yeah, that's what it's called. And then high
Hmm.
high heels, and I guess there was like I think it was fishnet stockings.
We should have a poll and see if we can get Jonathan to dress up in that.
I mean, I wouldn't
Oh,
object.
yes is what?
What?
Never
What?
mind. We don't. Never mind. I
Oh,
don't.
so it's not fun
If
if
you...
I want to do it, huh?
No, it's not as much fun then. Too
Okay.
much confidence.
Yeah, yeah, I can rock it.
I mean, I don't know if I'd agree with that, but
Well, I can
yeah,
wear
yeah,
it.
why not?
I can wear it. It's
I can
whatever.
wear it, girl.
You just gotta, you just, if you got it, flaunt it.
If you got it, yo, you got it, girl.
What is, anyways,
What are we on?
what have you been
What was
doing
that?
during this spooky month?
Nothing real. I mean, it's only the 10th, but I'm not really gonna do too much.
No, it's already Halloween. It's already 10 days into Halloween.
Oh, do you consider the whole month Halloween?
Uh, yes. The whole month is Halloween. It
I
starts
like view that when Christmas. Christmas for me is all month long for December.
right
But
after
I don't like to start it too
Thanksgiving.
early. But the place I work at does it early, but that's just because it's retail, so there's not much you can really do about that.
Oh yeah.
They set it up early anyways. Oh well.
I know that feel. It's not as special when you don't get to. I mean, when you see everything get set up, or like if you're the person who has to set up all of the decorations, it's not as special. And going into like a department store and seeing all of the wreaths and tinsel and special clothes, and the hats and the antlers.
Yeah.
Merry
The hats and
Christmas! It
antlers.
was. It's a.
I
We
don't know what
fooled
to-
you. This is actually the Christmas episode of Drawn to
What?
Games.
Just wait.
Happy
We just recorded this a
Hanukkah!
long time ago.
Happy Hanukkah! Happy Kwanzaa! Happy Yule!
Murder Day?
Happy Winter Solstice! Happy Boxing Day! Uh,
God.
happy
There's so many freaking
Yom
Christmas related
Kippur!
holidays. You guys should catch our Christmas podcast because we're gonna sing the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh God!
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a
Let's
lot of fun.
let's not. That is
Oh,
like.
we're going to. No, now you don't want to. Now we're really going to.
Oh, cool. That's great. The 12 days of first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a podcast
Oh,
on
no.
YouTube.
I don't know if we
Second,
need to write our own lyrics.
second day
It'll
of
take a while.
second day of second day of YouTube. The
You have
sec.
no melody. You're just talking. You gotta have a
Well,
melody.
I'm brainstorming lyrics.
No, we can't sing right now. We'll discuss that when we get to that time. Anyways, happy Halloween. Today we're gonna discuss all sorts of exciting things.
Yeah,
And we're first gonna talk about a horror movie. A horror movie that either of us may want to talk about.
a horror movie.
If you've ever seen one,
What's a horror movie?
what's a horror movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a pretty fairly easy question, wouldn't you think?
I don't know. If you deconstruct it, you could probably talk about it for like an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh goodness. Anyways, you know, I don't know I don't know if I've seen a really good one in a while. I've seen a lot of mediocre ones on like Amazon Prime. I swear they'll let you, anything onto that freaking thing now.
I thought you had something prepared already.
A horror movie? I hadn't seen one in a while.
Then why did you
I
put that on
mean,
the docket?
what do you mean? I
Why'd you
wanted to
put?
talk about something. I was
Okay.
talking about a horror movie. Let me think.
Oh, you're.
Dang it.
But you
Don't
don't
give me
have.
time
But
to
you don't
think.
have a horror movie picked out.
Fine. How about 1408? Have you ever seen 1408?
No, I haven't seen
It's
1408.
about it has John Cusack mostly in it. I mean Samuel L. Jackson's in it, but he's not necessarily fully in it. He's just in it a little bit, part of it. But it's mostly about John Cusack. He goes into a haunted room. He doesn't believe in ghosts or anything, but the room's it's interesting. It's not necessarily a horror movie. Or not horror movie. I mean, it's not really necessarily a ghost movie. The room is sort of just an entity of evil, and it like absorbs him and makes him go crazy. It's really hard to. I feel like really hard to explain. There's a lot of deep conversations about it. It's actually based on a Stephen King novel or a short story. Not that you read much of probably Stephen King.
I read the Dark Tower series actually. I haven't read much of his horror work.
Is that what they based that movie off of?
Yeah, that disappointing adaptation. Yes, yes, it
I don't
was.
know. I
I
never
mean,
watched it.
it wasn't a super. It was good in the beginning. The books were, but then I don't know. I thought the first one would have had like a lot of source material to go off of, but nah.
Yeah, Hollywood doesn't necessarily want to make good book films. The only one I've ever seen is 1408 was really good.
The
I really
Goosebumps
liked.
movie.
I didn't. You think I'd be excited about that? I didn't like it. I
No,
think what they should have done is make it a anthology movie. And honestly, I think they should have made it a PG-13. I mean, everyone who read those books is like in their 20s and 30s by this point. I
and
mean, why not go all the way?
that's why you loved Goosebumps too.
That was a while ago, but I didn't like them a lot when I was a kid. I still have the books up in my attic. They're fun little horror books for kids. But I don't know. That was Jack Black, and it's just too much comedy.
Too much
They didn't
comedy.
take the chances with it. Even the TV show, as cheesy and terrible as it was with acting and writing and all that, it still kind of had a horror element to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Haunted Mask one was really good.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen any of those episodes?
Yes, I have.
Did you see the Haunted Mask one?
Not all the way through. No, it scared
No.
me.
Did it really?
Yeah.
It's pretty creepy. I liked that one, and two was pretty good as well. So those are the best ones for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Compared, considering if you consider them good. I mean, if someone said they were terrible, I would disagree. I don't need to defend it that much. What about you? What kind of horror movies have you seen?
Don't really watch like pure horror movies, just because much of recent cinema like has just been, I don't know, it hasn't really interested in me. Like I didn't really see I don't really like the campy kind of horror. Well, I guess I'm a fan of it now, but like I don't know, Paranormal Activity, or
I
what
didn't.
was it, Annabelle,
I
stuff
tried to
like
sit
that.
through. I heard Annabelle was really bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's just a jump scares I'm not impressed by, and there's a lot of them in.
Well, have you ever seen The Conjuring?
No, I haven't.
You should. That's really good. The
Mm-hmm.
Conjuring 1 and 2 is pretty good too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I heard Annabelle was pretty. I heard Origins was pretty good though, surprisingly.
Huh.
So I don't know. I might need to watch that, I guess.
I guess the only real horror, quote unquote horror movie I saw was the Silent Hill 3D Revelation movie.
Yeah, well, we all saw that.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Do you remember at the end of that movie, we got really excited
Oh yeah, I
because they
we
made all those references? It was
yeah,
stupid
there were
as
so
hell,
many
anyways.
references.
But we got so excited because they like threw both an Origins reference and a Downpour reference. And we were the only ones who got it.
Yeah, and then there was like this couple and their like
It's just,
8-year-old child there, and they were just
oh gosh.
like why would you don't bring your kids to horror movies? Just don't. Just get a babysitter,
Yeah, well.
please. This is a PSA.
Well, friggin' parents brought their kids to Deadpool.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it's just, you're dumb anyways.
Oh, but you know what movie I did see recently?
What did you see recently?
I saw Venom.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good, right?
No, I didn't like it.
What? I thought I was
Nah.
not gonna like it, but I ended
Well,
up really
I wasn't
liking
sure
it.
anyways.
Oh,
Nah, I thought it was pretty bad. I didn't like
oh.
the villain was bad.
Yeah, I mean, I
Plus,
think it
it's
was. The writing a lot of the time was like very hit or miss, but I really liked Tom Hardy's take on the character of Eddie Brock, and I
well,
think
I mean, how many have there really been besides, I guess, Spider-Man 3?
the animated series.
Oh yeah, I guess we're comparing it to that. I thought you just meant live action.
Yeah, and I like movies where it's I don't know, so it's like two very different personalities and they have to work together somehow. Even better if one of them's an alien symbiote. But yeah, I would say that the villain was pretty weakly written. I mean, he served the purpose for the story somewhat. And there was just I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it, and it was enjoyable to watch.
That's good. As long as you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's
And
all that really matters.
yeah, can't wait to read. I can't wait to see all of the tentacle sex fanfic on Archive of Our Own.
I think that probably already existed before this movie.
Oh yes, but now it's like a renaissance.
Oh, Renaissance.
Can't wait
What are you
for
even
Venom
talking about?
2, where there's gonna be a sex scene involving Venom
Oh,
somehow, and it's
goodness.
gonna be very awkward and also very funny.
Will it be
Okay,
though?
this is like gonna be a slight spoiler, but like, but
Spoiler alert.
Venom is like the ultimate wingman. and he like there's at one point where he gives romantic advice to Eddie, and I just lost my mind at that point. Like, that is such good character interactions when you're an alien living inside of a human body, and like the human has like a love interest that he needs to have resolutions with.
They always have to have a love interest in these movies.
Yeah,
They never
obviously.
not have a love
We
interest.
all know the real romance of this story. Eddie and Venom.
Oh. Yeah, go watch your tentacle porn and get over yourself.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I only looked through Rule 34 of Bowsette.
Yeah, because you're a normie and you are a coward.
Boy, me. A coward. I
Yeah,
don't know
if
about
you
that.
if you were a real Bowser fan, you would have seen he's already hot.
Oh gosh.
uh,
Eh. That's what you gotta do when you laugh like that. You gotta go, Anyways. And then move on.
what's
I'll
been
tell you
on?
how to laugh. Anyways, what?
What? Oh, I was gonna say, other things that happened, uh, to me. I entered art into a juried exhibition at a local college, and I got something in.
Did you win?
No, I didn't win anything, but it
Oh.
was nice to have one of my pieces in a gallery. It's been a while since I've done that, since
Yeah, but
I
if you don't win, what's
graduated.
the point?
Well, it's a good opportunity to meet other artists, to
Good
see
opportunity. Yeah,
who's in the
okay.
area,
Good.
and to just showcase your work, to see if people like it, if
Right.
there's interest.
Right.
I had to pay $45 to get in, so like show some appreciation.
Hey, I did. It's not my $45.
Okay, I'm gonna uh
What?
well, I mean, I only priced them as $30 each, so I
Oh,
don't even get a profit.
that's too bad.
It's fine. I mean, I really wanted to just do it for the heck of it, really. Oh, yeah, by the way, speaking of Bowsette, there's there was a contest in Newgrounds that if you drew someone with a power crown, then you would have been able, and if I don't know, I guess if you did it good, you could have won a Switch. And I wanted to enter it, but I was too busy trying to enter this like juried art exhibition that I didn't have time to draw any Bowsette fan art.
Oh, I thought you were gonna draw. The thing was to draw different characters.
Oh yeah, it didn't have to be Bowsette, but it could have been like other characters with the power crown, and I was really sad. So,
Let's be honest. It's just different characters with giant tits.
I mean,
That's it.
yeah,
Well, then
yeah.
again, that's all like drawn and hentai and all that stuff. It's just giant tits.
Mm,
It's like no normal girl would be very happy with this situation. I'm pretty sure.
no,
It's like a
no.
man with a giant dog. It's like you would not be very happy with the current situation.
Yeah, that's just
It'd be pretty sad.
it's escapism. It's like it's power fantasies. So
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I guess if you can draw it, why not?
yeah.
Speaking of hentai and anime kind of stuff, I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I finished the first series. And I started what is it? Starship Crusades?
Stardust Crusades.
Oh, is it? I got close.
I don't even watch JoJo, and I know that.
No, whatever. I got the friggin' thing right. Don't question me. You should watch it though. It's pretty good. It's free on Crunchyroll right now.
Maybe. I have a.
I I I like the first series, the Starship Crusades. They changed the animation a little bit, so
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. But I don't know if I like it as much as the first one.
I keep meaning to watch it. I have a friend who's really into it, but I don't know. It just doesn't grab my attention. I don't like all of the. I'm very squeamish about gore, so like,
Is
there's
the gore that
weird.
bad?
I don't. It's not super bad, but in some scenes that I've watched already, there's like there's weird body horror stuff.
Yeah, I could understand that. I don't know. I guess if you're squeamish, it might not be very good, but
Oh, but today on Drawn to Games, we're going to be talking about something even scarier than body horror.
gosh, what's
Workers
that?
being exploited under capitalism.
Oh gosh, what is this about the Amazon thing again?
No, it's not Amazon I mean, Amazon is exploiting its workers, but I'm talking about Telltale Studios closing
Oh
its
yeah.
doors and firing nearly all of its employees without severance. That happened in the past month.
Ugh.
Haven't you been following this news, Jordan?
I really have not been following this news.
Oh, I guess you don't really have much investment in Telltale games.
The only Telltale game I ever played was oh goodness, Walking Dead, the first season.
Did you play all the way through to the fifth episode? Or, I mean, to the last episode?
Yeah, whatever
Oh,
was in the original series.
yeah. I never actually played it myself, but I watched a lot of YouTubers play it. So there's my experience, but I also I actually played a lot more Telltale games before they got big with The Walking Dead and Sam and Max. I played it when they made when they made the Bone they made it the adaptation of the Bone comics by Jeff Smith. And I don't know, I was pretty obsessed with those comics as a kid, so it was made me really excited to see like an adaptation that used voice acting, and it was a video game and there was puzzle solving, and it was like seeing my favorite comic come to life. And then eventually like I got hooked into watching The Walking Dead. And yeah, I mean that's a really solid story. I kind of lost interest during the second season, but I think, and then I heard about like I read through like the story beats, and I don't know, I just wasn't impressed with a lot of the choices that they made in it. But but even still, I could tell that a lot were put into these games, and there's a lot of passion behind them. So it made me like really distressed to see that so many employees were just their careers were just gone. Doesn't that, I mean, there was a and some
Did they get
employees,
a severance package?
no, they didn't get anything.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, over 275 employees were just laid off. They only had not like they could keep the company's insurance for healthcare, but that was until the end of the month, which was 9 days away. They had to leave the building like in 30 minutes. All of their stuff had to be gone. And like
Wow. That's
some of them had been staying up until 3 a.m. Working on deadlines, but then the CEO just announced that they're going to be like doing a company layoff.
wow. That's crazy.
And so only like there's only a small team of people there now. I think they're finishing up like Minecraft story mode or something. Like it's not clear, but it was
Oh
just a
gosh,
small
that's not
team.
gonna come out very well.
Oh yeah. And so the final season was canceled right after that was announced, that whole layoff situation.
No, not Minecraft story mode.
Oh yeah, I know, but people were I that made me mad when people were like, "No, you gotta release the final season of The Walking Dead. You have to." And where it's like lots of people want to finish it, but like they can't finish it because the company didn't pay them. Yeah, and then a lot of the employees came up and told, or well, they told that they were overworked. The working conditions were not good, and there's actually a former employee, who is now suing Telltale Games, for quite a big sum of money, just because they were breaking so many labor laws in California and the federal labor laws.
I imagine so.
Yeah,
Man,
and then it was really sad. There were a few employees who had moved across the country because it was their dream to work on Telltale, and then like a month after they got
wow.
hired, they got fired. And then there was reportedly also another employee who like flew in from out of the country on a national visa, and now like they don't have a job anymore.
Are people hiring them?
Yeah, it was really sweet. There were on Twitter there was a hashtag where people could just put in their like portfolios and their resumes. And then Naughty Dog actually was said that they would hire a couple of them, and And a lot of employers were just looking through those tags, and I mean that was nice, but uh, then after that, after I guess after I mean before I think before the lawsuit, Telltale Games announced that they were going to finish The Walking Dead, the final season, but it was they were partnering up with Skybound Games, which I think is also the company that did AMC's The Walking Dead television series.
Wait,
So
the Activision one?
I think so. Let me see. It's
Oh no.
or well,
Oh no.
I
I own that. I'll tell you. It ain't good. But then again, what is the new one coming out?
which one?
There's another Walking Dead FPS or something coming out,
I'm not sure about
and it
that.
looks really bad. I
Oh,
mean, it looks really bad.
was it shown at E3?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's from the
Oh,
guys that made Payday.
I think I know what you're talking about, but like I don't remember. And then yeah, so they still haven't paid all any of their employees for the work they did on the season. Um,
Could they sue Telltale?
I mean, one employee is suing, but not all of them, because I guess
Hmm.
they're too busy trying to survive.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They can't really afford lawyers. That's the bad thing about that, is you have to buy lawyers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like with such a big company as Telltale, it's difficult. Their case is it doesn't look like it's going to be as strong since it's very clear that there are a lot of people who were witnessed like how they treated their employees. But I guess we'll see about that as we'll keep you updated on the story develops in 5 or 6 weeks.
That's right. We're announcing our new news station, official to TV.
Yeah, covering all of the hottest of hot takes
Just
on gaming
specifically
news.
Telltale News. Once
Yes.
that's done, we're not sure what we're gonna do. We'll think of something.
Yeah. So, and I mean, on a positive note, there were you could everyone just said all of the employees said that they really did good work there. And despite the terrible conditions, uh, there were a
So
lot
who's
of
to blame exactly? Just the CEO?
yeah. It was there's a lot of moving factors, but it's mainly the CEO who just said that they were doing like a business layoff, just to downsize. But some
Huh.
people think it's for another reason.
Interesting. It reminds me of the whole Konami situation.
Or well, it's like
And how
a business closure rather than a business downsizing. Oh yeah, and then also to top the icing, the same day that I saw the news about Telltale, Big Fish Games also laid off a bunch of its employees. So like, it's tough
what'd they make?
everywhere. Tough Big Fish Games. They made a lot of like point and click adventure games and like games I played in my childhood, like match 3 games. Like it's the games where you
Oh,
would just go to the site and then you can download them for a free trial, or you could like buy the full game onto your desktop. It was like those puzzle games that soccer moms play, I guess.
well now soccer moms play all the app games on their iPhones.
Yeah, I know. Um, yeah, so it's really scary how companies can do stuff like that.
Oh, I agree. That's just, dropping all your employees without severance packages or anything is crazy. Not giving them any bonus or anything.
No, they didn't even.
Recently, the place I work at, they're getting rid of everywhere, all the HR people.
Huh?
Yeah, they're dropping HR. I don't know what they said they're replacing it with, but yeah, everyone's going away.
Yeah.
But they're all getting like severance packages and stuff like that, so they're being
They
smart about it.
at least getting something.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's a weird for a business to not even give anything and just say, screw it, you're done.
Yeah, it's like Barnes and Noble, like firing all of its full time employees and then not offering them severance packages, but they could still reapply for their jobs, but in a part time or seasonal position.
Wow, fantastic. Some companies just don't care and just do things for money.
Hell world.
Hell world. That sounds pretty much like a nice Halloween treat.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what else is good as a nice Halloween treat, Jonathan?
what is it?
Our sponsor today, from
Yeah.
of course generic, the site, is generic Halloween candy. You know, it's quite delicious, and you know, it might be a little ripped off from Snickers a little bit. You know, it's got caramel and chocolate and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I really love the.
And beyond that, of course, there's a variety of different chocolate besides the Snickers and stuff like that. Of course, it's just generic, so it's not actually branded anything like that.
You can't say
You know
Snickers.
what? Let's just start this over because I'm messing this up. We'll transition back from that. What were you gonna say?
I said I was.
I
I really love the normie nougat.
Here, we'll start over from the. This is why I was saying that.
Okay.
So I was kind of, I don't know why I was going on a ramble. Well, let's just. So, Jonathan, who's our sponsor today?
Our
Other,
sponsor is. Okay, wait.
yeah,
Let me try
we're
that.
all messed up.
Let me try that again.
Hey, Jonathan, you know who our sponsor today is?
Who is it?
It's a generic Halloween candy. That's right. They officially have announced their official Halloween candy this year with a variety of candy, which includes nuggets, chocolate, caramel, all sorts of things you would want out of candy. Sometimes razor blades might stick into the candy, put a warning on the label, but you know, most of the time it's not like that. We're not exactly sure how that gets into the candy, but they've told us that doesn't happen very often.
I once ate a pizza full of razor blades, and it still tasted fine. But
Yeah,
this
see, you know,
candy is gonna be even better.
that's right. You know, and when you think about it, the razor blades sort of add that Halloween scariness you want out of Halloween.
Yeah, instant Glasgow smile.
That's right. You know, sure you might have to go to the hospital, but wasn't it worth it for that delicious generic Halloween candy?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
barely taste the iron.
that's right, and it's only $150 a bag with a plus 10% increase coupon.
Is the coupon from us?
Yes, the coupon code is hashtag Drawn to Games podcast.
There's a hashtag in the
That's
coupon.
right, hashtag Drawn to Games podcast.
That's
They
not
wanted us to
how
put a hashtag in there.
that's not how parsing works in a coupon code.
Well, that's what they wanted. You can put a hashtag in there.
You can put a hashtag in your mouth. Buy candy full of hashtags.
That's right. They even sell generic hashtags. I don't know if they're generic or if there's branded hashtags, but it's called generic anyways, as everything is called.
Generics. It's there
It works sometimes if you don't get a razor blade.
in your mouth.
Anyways, moving on to our next story segment.
Oh yeah, we were about to talk about. We talked about Bowsette too early. We were supposed to say, "Oh hey, did you hear about the hottest new video game character in the Nintendo universe?"
I mean, I guess we can go back to it, but I guess we already kind of talked about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the history of Bowsette and sort of the internet's reaction during this past looking at my watch 2.5 weeks. Because
Has it been 2.5 weeks?
it's kind of like died down right now, but it's it's been wild. It's been quite a wild month. It feels like it's been a month.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't even look at any Bowsette Rule 44 until you told me about it, and I was like, you know what, let's check it out.
Okay, well, I didn't seek out any Rule
I thought you were
34.
looking at it whenever I said it.
No, I was looking at the I was looking at the Wikipedia page, which Bowsette now has.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so the origin story of Bowsette is that in the new Mario game, there's going to be a power up called the Super Crown. And when Toadette grabs the Super Crown, only her, she turns into Peach, which has spawned several theories as to what is a Princess Peach? Is are toads just pre-evolutionary stages of Mario humans? Did Mario used to be a toad? Is Princess Peach a toad? Is that why Princess Peach can live forever? Is because she'll always have successors in a Toadette, like a Smurf and Smurfette situation? And then, anyways, people just started drawing fan art of her as they are wont to do whenever a new character drops, especially a new female character. So then there was a comic made by AYYK92, I guess AK92 on Twitter, where it was the end of Odyssey, where spoilers, Bowser and Mario were rejected by Peach, and then Bowser puts on the Super Crown and turns into a human female Bowser that kind of looks like Peach. And
Wait, he
Mario,
did in Odyssey?
no, it was a comic. No, it was a comic that it
Ah,
was like a what if scenario. It's like that's the origin story, and then people just started drawing horny fan art of Bowsette. It's it's the spookiest thing of all. Horny people on the internet.
yeah, they are pretty spooky when they get down to it.
Yeah. So then this also spawned like other variants of Super Crown residents, like uh Boozette, Chompette, Goombette, Boozette being
God.
like a boo with the Super Crown, and she's like the Hex
Wouldn't
Girl
this
from
have,
Pokemon.
didn't this already exist though before? No one ever made female versions of these characters?
Oh well, they did, but now they have like an official context in which
I
they
guess they
can be
do.
recognized. So now they're more validated, and it's you can hop on the bandwagon. Now they have official hashtags.
Oh, goodness.
Chompette being like a Chomp Chomp who wore the power crown, and she usually has like
Wait,
Chomp Chomps for hands, or like uh
there's a Chomp Chomp with big breasts?
yeah.
What a... Alright.
And then Goombet, I mean, there's already been a history of Goombas with
God.
boobs, Gaijin Goomba. um, but I guess I haven't. She's not Goombet is not as popular for some reason. What else? I guess there's like Super Crown variants of everyone. And then there's even like people putting Super Crowns on other Nintendo characters or even not Nintendo
Oh
characters.
no.
Uh,
Like who?
like Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Well, she doesn't change because she's already a princess.
That
Uh,
would be... Wait a minute, how old is that character?
Isabelle?
Yeah?
It's not clear. She's old enough to be a secretary for a mayor in a town, so I assume she's
Alright.
working age.
Yeah, as long as, we're not entering weird territory.
Oh, hey, by the way, if any of you here uh want to make a sexy Isabel, I will find you and I will kill you.
That already exists.
Leave Isabel alone, you thirsty. I don't want to insult anyone. You
Why
can like,
specifically that character?
it's just a fun thing. You can have fun as much as you want on the internet.
Ah.
There's no such thing as taste or like wholesomeness. It's all just about having a good time and drawing what you feel. Oh yeah, so then Bowsette actually raised Nintendo stocks by like 6 points.
Really?
Yes.
Well, they make a character that can turn into a female, or a thing that can turn into female, and I guess everyone freaks out.
Yeah, I mean, what's what we've been saying. It's like Nintendo subtly tapping into the horniness of all of their viewers is what's gonna save them. Haven't you ever? I mean, haven't you ever seen how people react when Nintendo drops a new hot busty character?
Like who?
Um,
They don't drop really busty characters though, do they?
Urbosa from Breath of the Wild,
I mean, they really.
Twintel
Oh
from
yeah, that giant lady, right?
yes,
I guess I do. Never mind.
Prince Sidon from Breath of the Wild.
I haven't finished Breath of the Wild,
Ah, well,
so I don't know.
anyways, Nintendo just like it doesn't capitalize it on it enough because I guess they're worried about the brand. But I'm telling you guys, they should unleash their if they unleash their full power, then there is no stopping them. Despite fan petitions to make the character canon, this is quoting directly from the Wikipedia page. Nintendo themselves chose not to comment on any of the trend, stating, Concerning the drawings and other things uploaded to the internet, we have no comment. So, honestly, same. Just draw whatever you want. As long as it's not illegal, please, have some decency.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, well,
People have problems.
people people have problems. Oh, I don't know. I thought I had a song there. Anyways,
Didn't go very far.
it didn't go any far, but hey, you know what does go far? A horse.
Depends on what kind of horse. What's a fat horse?
Well, it's got to be a lean horse.
Aha! See, it's a loop. You have no answer now.
What are you talking about? I was trying to segue into your segment. You.
How? With a horse?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh
like
yeah, I see.
you're gonna need. Well, you're gonna
Yeah,
need
no.
a fit horse if you're gonna survive out in the
Thick
West
horse.
in Red Dead Redemption
Oh.
2.
Please don't call horses thick. That just sounds weird.
I didn't say thick. I said fit.
I did thick. It's like what's that? This guy's thick horses.
Sees a horse run by.
Anyways.
Man, that's one thick bit.
Oh no. You ever see that H3H3 video when he reacted to like that person who liked to have sex with horses?
No.
Yeah, it's real weird. Anyways, so Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out this month, and I'm pretty excited. Though I did recently read that they are not going to have the multiplayer out for another month, which is interesting.
Oh, so Destiny.
Which isn't surprising since, you know, their multiplayers have never been the best. They've always been kind of iffy, especially in the beginning. I mean, GTA 5 took months to actually work, if you remember that.
Mm.
I don't know if you ever heard of anything like that.
Well, multiplayer is hard.
Yeah,
Just
they've always been having problems with
Just look at No Man's
Wi-Fi.
Sky.
Yeah, that was something else, wasn't it?
Mm. But it's good now.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, then they release something. The only thing I saw of it though was that it was third person now. So, I don't know. There's multiplayer. There's actual multiplayer, you know, other than whatever the heck they were pretending to promise before.
Are we still talking about the? Are we still talking about No Man's Sky or Red Dead Redemption?
I don't know, man, Sky. Well, the Red Dead Redemption's not out yet.
Well, what are you excited? What are you most excited for? Why do you like Red Dead Redemption so much?
Because the first one was so good.
Why was it so
I
good?
think this one's gonna be pretty good. I've seen some of the trailers in the one gameplay demo. I didn't watch anything else because I don't want to spoil myself too much. But I saw some of it. It looks really good, and I'm excited. And you know, I didn't play the first one for a while. It's been like 8 years since it came out. Ooh. And this one just looks like it's gonna be just a more improved version of that, basically, which is definitely not a bad thing.
Are you hoping any of your favorite characters will come back?
You know, it's been so long since I played it. I don't know if I remember any like exactly favorite characters.
Oh, so nothing made a lasting impression on you.
I think,
is what you're
well,
saying.
I think, friggin', I don't remember what his name is. Oh,
Raymond Posey.
Raymond Posey. Right. No, the main character. I think he's in the game because it is a prequel, I believe. So, you know, I'll have my thoughts on that on the next podcast because I'll actually play it and get my thoughts. So,
Yeah, gotta capitalize.
just figured I may as well say it's coming out, and I'm excited. Get ready for that review.
Mm.
And on the other dockets, we have a Harry Potter game leak. Have you ever seen any of the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, I've seen several.
So I think this game, I mean, we don't even know if it's real. So it was just a leak, but it looks pretty legit, and they don't know exactly who's gonna make it yet. They were saying it may be Rocksteady, might be different Arcane software, I believe. Not the people who make Just Cause, but a different Arcane. I don't know. I guess there's two studios called Arcane, which is interesting.
So how did you hear about this leak?
Where I learned from all my leaks, Reddit.
Thanks, Reddit.
Freaking Reddit always has like the leaks and everything.
This episode is sponsored by Reddit.
Oh, it is definitely not sponsored by Reddit. I don't think Reddit ever sponsors anybody.
Mm,
I
that would
don't
be
know.
kind of funny though, seeing like at an ice skating rink and you just see the Reddit sign.
That would definitely be
R
one
ice r
interesting way.
slash ice skating.
Oh goodness.
If I saw that, I would know we are in a dystopian future. I mean, we're already living in a
Just because
dystopian
of the
future.
Reddit?
I don't know. When public forums become brands, that makes me scared.
Oh goodness. Anyways, this game looks really good. It looks like it might take place in like the 1800s apparently.
Oh, so it's not like actually Harry
It's
Potter, but it's
no, it takes place before a long time before. But it's all leak, so no one really knows.
oh, I wonder
But it's
how
high quality. It looks really good.
how the brand is gonna bounce back after J.K. Rowling's statements about the Snake
Which
Lady.
Snake Lady, I didn't see anything about that.
Oh, Jordan, you're so out of the loop.
Well, I don't read that much news unless it's on Reddit. And it pops up on my periphery.
Oh, yeah, well, this is kind of pop culture, but J.K. Rowling made an origin story for Voldemort's snake that nobody wanted,
I
and
mean,
it was bad.
what was it?
Yeah. Um, I'm not gonna go into it, but like, it's J.K. Rowling being problematic again and ignorant and like making things up as she goes along just so that she can get diversity points.
I think that's what it was.
I think so. I feel like the fact that it was like an Asian woman turning into a snake and was brainwashed by a man just is not a good metaphor.
I didn't even read it, and that sounds really weird.
Yeah. Anyway, why do you?
Anyways,
How come you're excited for Harry Potter?
because I like Harry Potter, I've seen all the movies, and
You
it looks
do?
really good.
I never pegged you as a Harry Potter fan,
Yeah, they're good movies. I have them all on Blu-ray.
but you don't have the book. You've never read the books.
I listened through four, and I'm listening through five right now.
I played the Prisoner of Azkaban game on GameCube.
I've I think I've played all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I bought them all when I was a kid too. I have a lot of movie license games on the original Xbox.
What's your favorite Harry Potter game?
Probably, I guess, either Sorcerer's Stone on Xbox or 2 was pretty good.
I like when I like the made up spell that they use specifically for the video games is flipendo. And that's just
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
basic damaging spell. It's just a staple spell, even though they never use it in universe.
I don't know why they didn't just call it Stupefy. I mean,
Stupefy?
at least that's real.
Oh yeah, that's a serious spell that they shout at people when they want to fight. Stupefy,
I mean, where's my
Glacius,
Avad Cadaver? Oh,
Adava Kedavra,
oh, thank you. Avad Cadaver.
Adava Kedavra.
I got a sore throat. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't
Glac-
ask me to speak things.
well, you know, they used to say abracadabra whenever you wanted to get a sickness gone. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's
back in the magic days.
yeah, it literally means like be gone.
Huh, didn't know that. Fun facts with Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm a serious magic buff.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with like how well the Harry Potter games are, even the Lego Harry Potter games.
You know, I tried to play it through the first one, and I don't know. I'm not a big Lego fan.
Oh, I'm a big Lego fan. I like Lego Star Wars the best, of course. But
I did play that a long time ago,
mm.
and it was pretty good.
Oh, you know what else is a good movie?
Good movie in general.
A video game movie.
What?
Alan Wake.
Video game movie? What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, just
Video game movie. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no
I am
video game
trying
movie
to
with Alan Wake.
segue here.
That was a bad segue.
I am doing my best.
I
It's better than well, hey.
don't I didn't know we were done with the Alan Wake story. I was enjoying my Alan Wake talk. It looks like a action adventure RPG type situation. It looks like you can create your own wizard and you actually like go to classes and stuff. So it's a
Oh yeah,
legitimate like RPG, which is kind of crazy.
just like Pottermore, except better.
Except an actual game. I mean, Pottermore, you just kind of go on a site.
Mm,
Anyways,
what house are you in, actually, Jordan?
a house?
Yeah, haven't you taken the Sorting
Oh,
Hats test?
I got a Hufflepuff, I believe.
I think I got Ravenclaw.
No, I don't remember. I'd have to check the site, but I think I may, it was either Hufflepuff or it was just Gryffindor.
Hmm.
Anyways, now I'll segue myself into they announced, which is pretty a big deal for me at least, an Alan Wake TV show based on, well, Alan Wake, of course. I think it's
Yay.
just a retelling of Alan Wake. I think it's just gonna be the first game basically, but in a TV show format, which is exciting. But I mean, it's just if it's just the game again, I mean, it'd be cool to see the live action version, but it's not like a super big deal, you know.
You turn on the premiere for Alan Wake, and it's just like a let's play of the game, but without any com- control inputs. It's just FMVs and just
Just watching.
gameplay.
Wow, so exciting, so riveting.
Yeah, it's a meta commentary on games, fiction, interactive fiction, and television. Alan Wake and television narratives. Writing.
What are you
Words.
talking about?
The themes of Alan Wake, obviously.
Discussion video.
I just.
Ah, goodness.
What are some of the things that you know are going to be in the Alan Wake TV show?
Me? I
Yeah.
don't know. I do hope they hire Ikavilli as Alan Wake, but the problem is he's Finnish. I mean, he speaks English, but not like
Oh wait,
how Alan Wake would speak Spanish.
he's Finnish.
English. Yeah.
So his model is Finnish, and then
Yeah.
his
Someone
voice
else voice
actor.
acts him.
Oh, that's gonna be weird.
I mean, they could put him in the show and voice act him over, I guess.
Wait, was American Nightmare dubbed in that scene where it was live action?
Yeah. They were all dubbed over, and they dubbed over pretty well.
Oh, huh.
I was pretty impressed by that, honestly. I hope they
Oh,
do that again, but I mean, they could hire somebody else and it wouldn't be the end of the world.
yeah. Alan Wake is ubiquitous. He is an everyman. That is why he is the protagonist.
Every
Uh,
man for himself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's no trailer or anything yet though, so there's not too much to go off of, but
I'm betting they're gonna do like the fancy effects where he shines the light on words, and then they turn into the object that is associated with the word at least once. Because
mm,
that was a big deal in that game. They made
no,
it a
it
big
wasn't. It was
deal.
in the DLC.
Was it? I thought it was at.
No,
It
no,
was.
no. It
It was
wasn't in the
at.
main game.
No, it was in pretty. It was in pretty formative parts of the game. I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it in a while.
Alan is
Um,
gonna shine a light on a creature, have his battery short out, and then he's gonna have to run, and then he meets more survivors, and then he's gonna have a dream sequence. There's gonna be at least one flashback episode that centers on his wife.
it's
I've
gonna be
already got
interesting to see what they do.
I've already got the whole 12 episode season lined up.
If you say so, Captain. We'll see what happens once it comes around,
Wake
and I'll
up,
discuss the
Alan.
trailer. But it's based off my username I use on everything now.
Oh yeah, that's a spoiler, by the way.
It's not like, I mean, it's a half a spoiler.
Yeah, you won't get it unless you played the game.
That's right.
You should play Alan Wake before the TV series comes out. It's like reading the book before the movie. Oh,
We'll
but
see.
we will see.
What did you say? I
It
should play the
said,
games before?
yeah, yeah, we should. No, I was just saying that if the user had like an Xbox or a PS3 and a copy of Alan Wake, they should play it.
No, we're waiting for Alan Wake 2 before I play it again.
Mm-hmm.
Once that happens, we'll play it again, but we're not playing it again until then.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on, we're gonna talk about some games we've been playing.
Oh yeah.
So what have you been playing, Jonathan?
Yeah, so this is gonna this is not I'm just gonna clear up like the horror stuff first and then the non-horror stuff first because I actually didn't play too many horror games yet. I'm gonna play some horror games for our next episode.
Oh yeah, you're okay.
Yeah. So I got back into Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, which is, as many of you know, the mobile edition of the Animal Crossing series, which I had criticized on an earlier podcast, but it has sucked me right back in because I'm a sucker for dress up. Yes, so you can now dress up your animals, and that is the only reason I came back to the mobile game. Yeah, and one of my friends just said, "Hey, add me back in." It added some really cute features. So like now you can plant a garden, um, you can craft more stuff, and there's more crafting with the garden. There's more cute animals, and you can dress the animals up. What more could you need? Also, there's a slot machine game now. So if you didn't realize that this game wants you to give you its money, then now you know.
And is this official
But
from Nintendo?
yes, it is an official Nintendo game. So it's mainly just like it's like gum that I chew while I'm waiting for the Animal Crossing on the Switch that's gonna come out next year. It's just emulating the feeling because all of the sounds and the sights are the same, but it tastes different. It's like salty, but it's sweet. What does it mean?
Oh goodness, salty and sweet.
Yeah, it's just like Kingdom Hearts. Uh, that's on another note. I'm also sad that I can't play Kingdom Hearts because I don't have a PS4. But yeah, it's talking about the spookiest thing of all, the transactional nature of friendship that makes it so readily obvious in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Have you ever played Animal Crossing, Jordan?
No, I haven't. I don't. Really don't own a lot of Nintendo consoles.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you had played it, you would realize that this is just not the spirit of Animal Crossing. Maybe it is. Maybe this is what Animal Crossing is in its most distilled form, is just aesthetics and making your own making your own reality from the tools that you're given. Maybe that's all there is. There is never any like personal connections or anything genuine or sincere. It was just everything was just aesthetics. Cuz you get to dress up your animals. They don't ever complain about what they're wearing, at least in not in any meaningful way. Uh, they you can put your campsite you can decorate your campsite however you want. You never have to think about like amenities or like the functionality because none of it matters. None of them need food, none of them need water. All they just do is just hang around the campsite. All of your relationships are fake, so like you never gain anything from them other than more resources to develop your camp with or to find other villagers to get resources from. They don't have any opinions of their own, or they don't have the illusion of having opinions. And ultimately, all of it is just, it's just aesthetics. It's just trying to look cool or cute, trying to preserve a certain look. And I don't know, in the original games, like you at least felt like you had a piece in like a community that was developing. In this one, you're just kind of like renting property, like renting animals, or like you're making the animals rent from you because like they give you money and resources from time to time. And it's like, thanks for making such a great camp. And then they give you like 30 pieces of metal and like $2,500. And that just doesn't sit right with me. With Animal Crossing, oh yeah, you haven't played this, but in Pocket Camp you have to wait to craft things like any good mobile game. So it's an energy based system where you give your materials. You have to collect materials, but you can't just build it. You have to wait for the builder to build the actual thing. So if you like want to build a table, you got to get like 90 pieces of wood, depending on what kind of table it is, and then you got to wait for like 1 minute to up to like 72 hours for the thing to be finished building.
Goodness.
So in like previous games, you just bought everything, or like you just ordered it and then it would be there in like a day or so. And like those were okay, but now there's also like uh there's timers on like what people do during the day or how where people will be, and even even like there's timers on like how the flowers and the trees, when you can harvest them. Oh yeah, and by the way, like nothing in this universe matters. All you just do is like take and take and take from the land and take from the oceans, and like in the other Animal Crossing games it felt like the world was much larger, so you didn't feel bad whenever you for like overfishing or whatever, because you were just one person, and you were just living your life in a town, in an isolated town, where you didn't really it was just like a bubble from the rest of the world, and you didn't have to worry about overfishing or like overpopulation or like living. In this one you have like goals that you have to do, and yeah, I think my main deal gripe with this game is that everything is quantifiable, whereas the other games were much less so. So like you had vague ideas of what you wanted to do, but in this one you have to have something to do. It's like you can't relax. You always have to be developing something, and that gets exhausting. But like I still go to it anyway because I'm a sucker.
Well, the only game I've ever played that's kind of like Animal Crossing is Stardew Valley. I was playing co-op with somebody the other day,
Oh yeah.
and it's pretty good.
Are you gonna marry anyone?
Oh, I've been going after a couple guys, so we'll see.
Ooh. Gonna give your blue feather to someone.
Oh, goodness. I always go after guys in video games because well, it's like when we play that dating game one time. Because nobody else is going after that, so it makes it really easy for me.
Maybe for you. Lots of guys want to date the guys in Stardew Valley, and vice versa. Like they're
Well,
all eligible bachelors and bachelorettes.
well, when we played that dating game, everyone was going after girls. That's why I was going the opposite.
I
I,
mean, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of like how it was. I don't know.
hey, it worked out for me. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Next game I played was Celestial Hacker Girl Jessica. It was a cute indie game that was
How
recommended to
cute
me.
was it?
It was,
Give me
I
a
mean,
ranking.
I
One out of 10.
give it like a 7. You
That's not
play,
cute.
it's like a marble rolling game, so it's it can only be so
Hey,
cute when it's
if I don't want to have sex with the main character, what's the point?
the main character is a marble.
Hey, you saying you can't have sex with the marble?
I
I'll make it work.
do not have sex with Celestial Hacker Girl Jessica. Anyways, this was
Someone has shoved a marble up some places.
anyways,
Yes,
this
anyways.
this game was recommended to me by Amir Alasar from ClickBiss and Deorbital Media, and it's a platforming game where you gotta hack computers and you gotta find the cake in each level. You gotta make your way to the cake while avoiding lasers and fighting off internet horrors like vaporwave statues.
Did you say internet whores?
Yeah, internet horrors.
Oh, I thought you said whores.
It was pretty scary. It was a pretty scary game because of all the lasers, but it had a neat aesthetic. It had the vaporwave aesthetic. It had a really great soundtrack, and there's a lot of replay value. Like there's a secret soda in each level that you have to find, plus a CD that I don't know what happens if you get all of them, but I want to find out. It reminds me of those old computer games, those old games that went back when like game sites had a section called 3D games in them, and the controls were pretty tight. I it Being a marble, you gain velocity rather quickly, so there's a dedicated brake button, which came
So
in
wait a minute, it's a
handy.
female marble?
I guess so,
How
yeah.
would it make a difference between a female marble and a male marble?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
You are
if it's.
questioning these things.
Wait, I don't even know if the marble is female. Maybe it's just
Oh,
no gender. Maybe it's. Maybe
no
it's.
gender. I mean, it is. It's a marble.
Maybe. Sorry for assuming. Anyway,
Oh
I'm
God.
apologizing to a marble. But
I'm not apologizing to anything.
oh, I'm sorry,
I'm
Marvel.
questioning things.
Yeah. So that was a nice game. I think I would play it again.
Oh, I'd play that marble again.
Oh God,
Funny
what have I done? Oh yeah.
game.
Um,
Where's all the marble fan fiction? That's what I want to know. We have all this Bowsette fan fiction. All
the
I want is my marble fan fiction.
my favorite Marvel fan fiction is ProZD's Hungry Hungry Hippos skits, where he characterizes the marbles and Hungry Hippos as fighting a war between the hippos.
Wait. Have you ever looked up Hungry Hungry Hippos Rule 34? I never thought of that before. I mean, that's gotta
No, I
exist.
don't want. I do
I
not
don't want
want.
to. Now that is an interesting topic. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Mm,
No, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna look that up now.
we're right now we're doing a thing here.
Well, hey, I mean, I want to see if it exists. We're still discussing.
This is no long. Are
It
you
won't
gonna?
be on the podcast, don't worry.
Okay. Are you gonna like?
Let's see, it might not exist.
Or are
No,
you
no,
gonna?
it exists.
Are you gonna put it on the podcast and you're gonna just censor it
It's not
out?
that bad. No, I'm not gonna put it on the podcast.
Oh,
The
okay.
only thing that exists is there's a what is that robot boxing game with the two robots?
Oh, Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Yeah, he's screwing one of the elephants.
Huh? The elephants.
And
From
the
what?
other one has nothing to do with Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Oh no, Elephant the Elephant?
What?
Which
No, it's one of the
elephant?
Hungry Hungry Hippos. I don't know, it's just gray. Oh, here's another one. There's
There's
some more.
there's no elephant in Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Or
There's
hippo, sorry. A hippo.
oh,
This other
it's
one doesn't really make sense.
scariest thing of all is horny people on the internet.
I knew that existed somewhere. It's not much of it though. We need more Hungry Hungry Hippos Rule 34, guys. Come on. Anyways,
Next thing
moving
I
on.
next thing we're gonna talk about the scariest thing of all, communication.
Oh my god.
It's from the makers of Thomas Was Alone, which was a game about rectangles, and
Thomas was alone. Was it rectangles?
yeah, it was rectangles and squares,
I don't know if
and
I've ever seen it before.
quadrilaterals. It's just like it was a platformer with a really engaging narrative, and it got a lot of awards. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the next games in this company's work: Subsurface Circular and Quarantine Circular. And these were sort of, I guess, game novellas. They weren't as they're like I think it took me like at least 5 hours for each of like 3 or 5 hours for each of them, and they're all heavily text based, or more they're more conversational based because all of the text in it is just either the character's thoughts or conversations. So that's the main gameplay mechanic, is that you have to go through all of these narrative trees and figure out try and get to the end of the story. So Subsur, I don't want to say too much about them because it's good. They're being narrative games. It's best if you play them for yourself as blind as possible, and not watch a walkthrough of it so that you don't support the creators. I mean, you support the creators by
You're saying this,
yes, I know,
Mr. Let's Play?
I know, I know.
You
Yes,
curse yourself.
I know.
Curse your name, boy.
I know, but this is a slightly smaller studio, so I didn't want to.
Um,
Yeah, it's a lot of variables involved with being a consumer of media. Anyway, Subsurface Circular is in a future. They're both future games, which the future terrifies me. So this is perfect for horror. It's about a detective robot on a train, and you're trying to solve like disappearances of robots. And you can't leave the train at all. That's your designated like spot. So you just have to wait until the information sort of comes to you, or well, you have to seek it out while other robots are taking the train to their workstations.
Hmm.
And
Curious.
that's the main gist of it. I really like the writing in this one, just because I love futures full of robots. That is the ideal future I want to live in.
I don't know if it's gonna end up as well as you think it's gonna end up.
Oh, I mean,
I think
I can dream. And then the other game is Quarantine Circular. I think they take. This is my theory, but I think they take place in the same universe, but it's not clear. These are really more companions rather than like a direct sequel from each other. And this is about the first contact with an alien with a small team of national, multinational operatives who are facing a global crisis, and they and the alien has might have the key to their survival or not, depending on your choices. But obviously the first contact with aliens makes for a great conversational mechanic for dialogue and building a world like that. It's kind of like what is Arrival, like that movie with Amy Adams in it. It reminded me like of that, but I liked the characters. I was more attached to the characters in this game than in the movie. So yeah, highly recommend those. I don't want to say too much more about them because it's best if you experience their stories for yourself in any capacity you choose. You don't always have to buy games. You can be a healthy consumer of media and not have to spend money. It's okay. There's no shame. I certainly don't have shame.
That's how you want most of your games, anyways.
Oh yeah, so last game I played was Duskers, and this is by far the scariest game on my list. It's
Really?
yes, or well, to me it is. So it takes place in outer space, which is already a frightening location. And you play as a drone operator on an abandoned spacecraft. So you are the only survivor of some terrible tragedy, and your ship is running low on fuel. So you just have to make your way through multiple galaxies and through multiple star systems in order to find other abandoned vessels because something real crazy is going down in the universe in
So,
space. So and there's
something
all of these
really.
abandoned yeah, these all of these abandoned ships, and you are not alone. You have a small fleet of drones that you have to pilot using a DOS command line. So there are specific commands for each. It's like learning how to code again, or like running through a DOS command line again. So like if you want your drone to move to a specific room, you can use the arrow keys, or if you want to be more efficient, which you really should in this game, you can type navigate drone 1 to room 2, or like navigate drones 2, 3 to room 5. And then each drone has like a set of modifications, and you get more modifications as you scavenge through ships. And uh, you're also not alone in the fact that there are aliens or foreign technologies that want to destroy you. So obviously,
Hmm.
the drones become an extension of yourself. Uh, and it's kind of like a roguelite game in that sense, where you always start off in a random part of the universe, and all the ships you find are randomly generated. There is like sort of an overarching narrative. It's pretty vague, but it gives you like objectives to do. Like some objectives will be like explore a military ship, or um explore all of the and explore all of the rooms on a medical ship, or like get a monster into the docking bay in order to analyze it.
Hmm.
um so like it's kind of minimal in its interface. So like when you're a drone, it's like not a clear picture. It's just black with some scan lines, and so you can't see too much of your environment other than like outlines, kind of like what a machine sees. And sometimes you're like searching a ship in complete silence, and then suddenly an alarm will go off, or like uh it's got a very effective sound design. So there's like sounds for when your drone is being attacked, and when you hear that sound, I go immediately into panic mode, and I have to like get my drones out of there, or like sometime on some playthroughs previously I had to like just dropped it and just like reset the whole thing because I was just like I don't want to deal with this. I haven't gotten to very many harder ships or played on any harder difficulties because it's scary. It's the unknown part of space is scary. um so I really like I actually watched a game design talk by the creator, and he had some really interesting thoughts about game design and how he wanted Duskers to be different, and by holding up these very specific pillars, which it is on YouTube, so you guys should go watch it if you first go play Duskers and then go watch that to see some insight into how to make a game like that. It was a very unique experience. Highly recommended. Have you ever piloted a drone, Jordan?
Not in real life.
I had to do a lot of it for my robotics class, except it was with Lego robots.
That'd be
Um,
pretty cool.
yeah, I wish I could. I kind of wish I could do more of that, that like exploratory aspect of it. Oh yeah, there was also this one time where I used to be in Boy Scouts, and we did like a fire drill training where it's like how some drones have to go and I guess they had to do reconnaissance in like nuclear buildings, so like you had to pilot a drone through a maze, and that was always fun. And then you had to remove like the bomb, or you had to like move the plutonium so that it's correct with an arm. So I wish I could do. I wish I would have done more of that in my robotics class rather than just like making things go from one wall to the other, which albeit is still pretty cool considering it's just a bunch of metal smushed together. Or
What?
in my
A
case,
drone?
Legos.
Did you ever build your own, or you had to build your own drone?
Yeah, from Lego parts. Like there's a Lego robotics kit that we used a lot, but I didn't
Hmm.
like actually like make a drone. Like I didn't use like a Raspberry Pi and create a language for it. That's too much. What games did you play this month, Jordan?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
I only
you.
played a couple games. I played Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 with my good friend Jeremy because he had never played them before. So we played through that entire thing on specifically through 2 basically, but we played the original maps. We played the first level No Mercy uh on the first game, but I realized it hasn't aged extremely well. So we just went back to Left 4 Dead 2 and just played those maps mostly because, there's a lot more weapons and stuff like that. And why play the old one if you can just play the new one with the old maps
It
and
was
have a
just
bunch of more variety of weapons?
it was just you and him and just two computers.
Yeah,
How was that?
wasn't that bad. Better than playing by yourself.
Have you ever
That game,
I always felt like it would be really fun to like be on a Left for Dead team.
well, it was just us, and he had never played it before, so we
Never.
played through them all. And Left 4 Dead 1 it's good. The campaigns are good, but I realized with Left 4 Dead 2, there's a lot more personality, and it all connects together. Whereas Left 4 Dead 1 that doesn't really connect. It's like each campaign is a different storyline, whereas Left 4 Dead 2, it's all one story, which I liked more. So I think two's maps are better, a little bit better. There's a lot more variety, whereas Left 4 Dead 1 is pretty basic. That's not surprising, it came out in 2008. And back whenever I played it in the very beginning, it was like amazing. Because I mean, it was 2008. It was the beginning of zombie craze, anyways. So there wasn't a lot of zombie craze at that time. But it
It's like,
was
wow, I can shoot zombies with a gun with three other people with
pretty much. I mean, that
guns.
was that, and World at War was a big deal for me. But I remember I played the demo with a friend from high school. And it was like the most amazing thing ever. Of course, I don't even know how old I was then, like 13, I think. How old were we in 2008?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to do math right now.
We were 18 in 2013. Yeah, 13. But it was awesome. And I remember watching the World at War trailer, and I didn't know bastard was a bad word, and I told my mom bastard.
Oh no, what'd
She
she
got mad.
say?
She said that's a bad word. I didn't. That's what the other person told me. I didn't believe him.
Leave this place.
They think bastard was a bad word. Now I can say it whenever I want, and it doesn't matter.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's true. But you might hurt someone with those words.
Whatever, you bastard. Anyways.
Oh.
Oh gosh, it's like internal screaming out loud.
It's okay. I am
Turtle
I am
scream.
I'm a tough boy.
Tough baby boy.
Yeah, I'm a tough baby. I'm
Anyways.
a punch of your buns. Punch of your
Okay,
buns.
let's get off of this. I don't know
R.I.P.
what this is going
Adventure
into.
Time. Okay,
I'm
what
just,
else did you play?
I didn't play. Well, I guess besides Stardew Valley, I didn't actually write that down, but I did start co-op with Jeremy. We've been playing. We kind of on and off. We're actually doing Resident Evil 5 right now.
Oh, are you gonna start a dual Let's Play channel with him? Am I being replaced?
I don't think so. I asked him to be on the podcast to talk about Left 4 Dead, but
What he
he said
say?
he didn't really feel like being on it, so
You hear
he
that?
he didn't really feel comfortable and that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see. Well, it's
What were you gonna
okay.
say?
I said it's okay, Jeremy. It's everyone's got their thing. You not everyone can be on a podcast, but you got to do you. You know, gotta
I
be
wish
true to yourself.
I wish I could do me.
What is this like? Is this like a disingenuous side of you or something? Are you not being sincere? Is this like?
Like,
Is
what are
this
you
like?
talking about? I wish I could do myself in the butt.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure.
I
Okay.
don't know why this podcast has become sexual. This episode 6, we need to call it the sexual episode. I don't know. A lot of Roll 34 is going on this episode. You know, guys, know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's because you said a bad word and then you tainted the rest of the podcast with it.
No,
See?
it was way bad before.
Oh
We were talking about
no.
hungry. Well, it was my bad. I was talking about hungry hippo. Roll 34.
uh oh I mean
There's no saving this. It's
uh
tainted forever.
we can still salvage this. Didn't you play Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
I did play Shadow Tomb Raider. I wrote down some notes this time. I hope you're proud of me.
Yeah, so how was it? Did
Well,
Lara Croft uh did
I want
Lara Croft raid the tomb?
the most disappointing part of it, and someone else made a point on a review I saw. She didn't pull out her dual guns, like at the end of the
Uh-huh.
game or anything. She didn't bring out her dual guns as in like every game. I kept expecting that to happen. Never happened. It was really disappointing.
Uh it's
Well, do you
not
know?
icon.
Have you seen like her dual guns?
Yes, of course.
It's like an iconic
Iconic.
thing. It's just too bad. But,
Maybe they're just
I guess
trying to
it's a.
rebrand her.
I mean, that's a reboot's fine, but it'd been nice to have a reference or something to that. But whatever. It's not the end of the world. Anyways, I wrote down the combat's still fun. It's still fun from Rise and the original. It's always been kind of fun,
Why is
even
it
though it's feeling a little bit samey at this point. I mean, but I guess you can't really change too much. Like you could complain about Uncharted being the exact same thing for 4 games.
so why is it fun?
Well, I don't know. The guns are fun to use. The combat's fun. You can roll around really fast. You can kind of do it stealthily or action if you want to. You have the choice of bows and machine guns and whatever you want to do. Someone was knocking at my door.
Knock, knock, knocking at my chamber door.
Anyways, the one problem is the guns feel a lot weaker in this. Specifically the shotgun I was using it and it doesn't feel as strong as it did in the other games. It's not enough impact. And just everything feels a lot weaker.
Would it be feel better if it had a
Well,
rumble
both.
pack?
I'm sure it has vibrates, but that didn't make a difference.
Mm,
The bow felt fine though. Bow felt the same throughout all the games, so not much to complain about there, I guess. The split
mm.
guns specifically don't feel super great. Beyond that, the story is I don't know. It's interesting, but it's somewhat like cliche at this point.
Why is
You
it
know,
cliched?
well, you don't let me explain. Stop asking. Let me
Sorry, I
explain.
just want to make sure you show and not tell.
Well, that's why I have notes written down. Anyways, Uh, the characters are fine, but I don't, at this point, it just feels the same. It feels like someone's trying to do something right, but then they just end up being wanting to be a god, basically. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, that relatable mood.
Well, it's happened in multiple games. I think even in Rise it was. I mean, it's always been about gods, but I don't know. It's
That
just the end of
moment when
the storyline at least, and I'm not super disappointed about that. I just feel like it kind of left off a little weak.
that moment when your friend wants to do something good, but then he wants to become a god and becomes mad with power.
I guess.
That feel when.
But the good thing is, the villain does have, he has a good motivation. There is a good reason for him doing what he's doing, and it's different than the hero character. And there's just two different perspectives, basically. So, I don't know. It's somewhat interesting, but the one problem is the boss fight. I finished in like 3 minutes. I didn't die once or anything. It was really easy, and that was just really lame.
Well, maybe the final boss fight doesn't always have to be easy. Maybe it just has to reach the
Well, it's the
end of.
final boss. It's gonna be somewhat hard. I mean, it's pretty boring if you just click it and you're done.
Yeah, it's like a narrative game, though. Wouldn't it be bad if your players reached to the end and couldn't beat the final boss because it was too hard?
I don't think. This isn't Dark Souls. Anyways, the only other thing I wrote down was I don't know if they're making another game, but if they do, hopefully it'll be like a separate thing. I was hoping to have a different, just a normal adventure that doesn't lead into a giant series or anything.
Yeah, I want Laura Croft to go Christmas shopping, raid those
Oh,
tombs.
oh, she can raid my tomb any day.
Oh my god.
You thought you could save it? Never. Anyways,
Uh, no, but
speaking of Dark Souls, I raged out of Dark Souls 1.
oh yeah, that
Jonathan was
happened.
there for it. Well, I wasn't
Yeah,
rage out. I was just bored with it.
yeah. So the tale
I
of
don't know.
Jonathan has come to an end.
I don't know. Well, we might bring it back. I don't know. I might play it
Mm,
again.
yeah,
I'm gonna
but
sleep for a little bit.
Jordan just like he got he lit a bonfire in Blight Town and like he just kept forgetting to light a bonfire up on top and then someone killed the firekeeper. So now the bonfire in um uh Firelink Shrine is gone. So now and then he tried challenging Sen's Fortress and then he just kept dying and then we kept like he always kept farming for souls because he wanted to get the best stuff.
Yeah, yeah, we might go back. We shall see what happens. But
Yeah.
we need to do a Resident Evil remake is what we need to do.
Oh yeah, we should. The story of Jonathan may be over, but it's not done.
What? We can't. You can't make a character in that.
What?
For Resident Evil?
Oh, I don't know. I've never played Resident Evil. We'll just call the file
Bless you.
Jonathan, so we can live. She can live on in our memory.
You can watch my Dark Souls 2 walkthrough. I already started it. You
Oh,
beat two
you
bosses.
what? You're playing Dark Souls 2?
Yeah, I did the mage build.
What?
You can
Oh.
watch it though. I haven't gone too far.
Oh, okay. Did you stream it or what? Did you just?
No, I was just playing it.
Oh, I see.
But
I'll
yeah.
have to check it out on your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I haven't even done any edited videos in a while.
That was the time where you were supposed to plug in your YouTube channel name.
Well, my YouTube channel name is the same as my Twitter. It's not a lake. As long as on my Twitch, which is it's not a lake, and my Twitter, which is it's not a lake. I think that is it. It's not like 1985.
Yeah, it's not a lake
Yeah, I couldn't
1985.
remember.
You
And that
should
is
have
the Back to the Future. That's why it's like that.
you should have done an underscore at the end of your name so you could still keep the it's not a lake. I bet they still have that for you. Branding.
Yeah, branding.
We'll
Yeah,
see
you
if
can.
we can change that in the between now and the next episode. You can follow me on Twitter at Jonathan How Ye. And you can also I have an Instagram, but I never plug in. I want to start using it more, and it's also at Jonathan How Ye, and you can follow me and watch me not do Inktober this year.
Why not?
I don't know. I've been busy.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone was
I
looking
want to do so.
forward to it.
I want to do something for Inktober. Maybe I'll just draw a circle for every day of Inktober, and
Maybe you should
that'll
get a
be my
cool
ink.
tat.
No, that's not what Inktober
Yeah,
is.
ink it, bro, ink it.
Oh, I don't even know who you are anymore.
Not,
Anyways, I think that about wraps up our show.
what a great show that was, Jonathan.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to get even scarier than this episode was, because
Yeah,
this
this was
was
a
a
pretty,
train wreck.
this is a pretty scary episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so make sure to smash that like button,
That's right.
smash the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications.
Check
Uh
out Jonathan's Twitter for more Rule 34 hungry hippos.
Check out Jordan's Twitter for more smut drawings
Oh my
of
gosh, this got really dark.
Bowsette.
I didn't even give you a dark thing.
What? You told me
I don't know
R34
what's.
of Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of the brand new revamped Jonathan's Corner here on Drawn to Games. I think I've got a handle on recording now, and I'm really looking forward now to seeing all of the cool things that I can do now that I know how to work OBS. Although, while I was making this drawing, OBS decided to split my recording up into 45 different pieces, so that's why during some of the recording you may have seen that it would skip around a little bit, and that's because it would just start and then stop recording for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was saving intermittently, and then saving things while you're recording is a big no-no, and I didn't know that. But anyway, so since this is the first part of the Halloween special on Drawn to Games, I thought drawing something at least marginally scary would be appropriate, and after all the scary things we talked about on the show, I thought, why not Venom, but with the Power Crown, so that they're Venonat. I didn't want this to be a Bride of Venom or strictly Bowsette situation, because one, I don't have fun drawing oversized boobs. Maybe it's just because I don't know how, and it's something I just need to get used to, or maybe it's just because I'm super uncomfortable with any kind of objectification of women, but not of men for some reason. And number two, Venom is already perfect the way he is. So really, there was no loss to be found by just putting him in a dress. Although Jordan was kind of upset that he didn't get a big boobed Venom lady, I should say. I mean, of course, the symbiote can take on male or female traits depending on whoever it possesses, so maybe Venom is a gender fluid role model that everyone needed. I mean, if you wanted to break the gender binary by fusing with an alien symbiote that swallows people whole, by all means go for it. So, making this, I was really underprepared. I mean, more than usual. I knew that I wanted to draw Venom in a dress, but how exactly I wanted to portray that subject was, I didn't know how. I mean, obviously Venom as a concept is a huge power fantasy, so I thought of him just clawing his way to the foreground, like in lots of his other shots or his pinups in the comics, or him holding his strong man arms up. But I didn't know how to draw that. I was busy looking up refs while I was drawing this. This is why you use references, guys. I really struggled with the sketch of this, and I eventually just moved on to the line art, which is usually a big no-no, especially when you don't have. And if you don't have a strong sketch, then your line art is going to be pretty weak, just to reflect that. And so I settled on something simpler, Venom just holding a bouquet of marigolds. That was truthfully mainly just so that the color of the crown that I made would be more dispersed in the composition, so that the color would feel more balanced in the piece. But, thankfully flowers can have multiple meanings, and it was convenient that all of the meanings happened to go along with what I was going for with this character. So after some Googling, marigolds actually can mean despair and grief over loved ones, creativity or drive to succeed, cruelty due to jealousy, and promoting good cheer in a relationship, which I didn't plan for that at all. So I was this very serendipitous that I decided to go with marigolds that Venom was holding. Don't ask me about the purple flowers that I added later, though. I do not know what those are. So I started for the line art for this, and I was looking forward to rendering every single one of Venom's teeth and slobber globules on his tongue and all of his rippling muscles, but eventually I was just like, forget it, I'm losing time, and I need to hurry up, and that's how this speed drawing became a speed paint. I've never really done speed paints before. I know they're all the rage, especially if you have an iPad Pro and Procreate. It's just, I guess I was just so limited on the technical limitations of what I'm used to doing that I just never got around to really trying them out for myself. But they're really fun. They're a good way to build up skill. I forgot how fast I actually work whenever I'm not worrying about line art and I'm just trying to get a finished piece out. And the dress, something else I wanted to mention, the dress actually started looking a lot like peanut butter and jelly at this stage. So I had to desaturize all of the adjustments that I made. And it definitely made it look a lot better. What I did was I did the base colors, and then I took one of the custom brushes that I had that was just used for dry media so that the piece would have a bit more texture, and just went over it. And I also, you gotta add the sparkles for a bride-to-be. What am I saying? Anyways, and I was thinking about doing sparkles all over the entire background, but I was like, no. And I thought, I wasn't looking at a timer, so I thought I was just running out of time, and then the podcast was about to end, so I just decided to finish it up. The iconic line from the movie, if you haven't seen Venom yet, it's a fun movie. I don't think you should pay money for it, but I think you should go see it. Anyway, since my drawing wasn't able to finish I wasn't able to finish, or well, no, I finished before the podcast actually. I finished a lot sooner than I thought. It really only took me a little over an hour to finish. It was a lot looser than what I've been drawing, but I think it turned out well overall. And you know, they say, well, they taught me in art school that it's good to learn multiple techniques, but you should never forget what you're most drawn to whenever you're working. It's better to analyze your habits and to see why you do things or make certain creative decisions. So since I didn't fill up the entire time slot of the podcast, I decided to record myself making new assets. So I made a new title card, and I made an end credit card too, which were just animations, little animations, just squiggly line animations, kind of like Ed, Edd and Eddy, which I always think are charming. So and they're pretty simple to do, and I think it's pretty effective of conveying the tone of what our show is. So here's me making the frames in Photoshop, learning how to actually, like, getting them to import so that they're a video clip instead of like a GIF. I only learned how to make GIFs of this before, so I didn't know there was like an actual render video button, and you can convert it into an MP3. And what I did was I just looped it in Premiere. I did it over and over again. It's just so that it would be like a 30-second clip. Probably not the most elegant way to do things, but hey, it works. And this show is all about experimentation. And it was high time I did like new assets anyway. And if you didn't already guess from the previous title cards, Jordan doesn't actually have too many programs to use for graphic design. So as the visual director, the branding director, and a co-producer, I just thought, I should make that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I really want to update a lot of the visuals because it just enhances the enjoyment of anyone watching, gives it a little bit more texture for the eyes and ears as you chow down on this hour-and-a-half meal. Plus, I always have lots of fun making things look or sound a certain way to capture a certain feeling. I hope we don't get sued for using copyrighted music. Hungry Hippos, how I'm on the same level as you. You cannot claim superiority on there.
I always claim superiority. I am better than you.
You can follow. You can also
Don't
follow
lie.
the show on Twitter at Drawn to Gamescast on Twitter, and then you can also write us an email at drawntogamescast at gmail.com. Send us your questions, your inquiries, your comments, uh your fanfics of Hungry Hippos.
Yeah, that's. I wasn't sure where you're gonna go, but that's all right.
And as always, our intro music. Our intro music is usually made by Pop Spirit,
That's
but
right, but it's gonna be something surprising this time, something scary.
yeah, but what about the outro? Can it still be Pop Spirit?
We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah. Well, uh,
Gosh.
happy Halloween, everyone.
Well, almost. Happy October.
Happy October.
Happy fall.
Happy, uh, happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Happy, um, happy
All right.
Girlfriend Month.
Sure. All right. Let's. All right. We'll see you guys later on the next podcast.
All right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.